Good afternoon. Welcome back to the channel. This video is not financial advice, not financial advice. Do your own research, make your own decisions. Okay, guys, welcome back. So this is just going to be a general update. I want to go over some things with ICP, Caffeine AI, the last 6 to 12 months, the next 6 to 12 months, a few things about cloud, but for the most part, it's just going to be an update to discuss a specific thing. I want to do a reframing of this entire situation. And my internet's been down for the last week plus, so I'm going to be playing catch up over the next week. And I will get out a video sometime between now and the 3rd or either on the 3rd, just going over the differentiators with Caffeine AI on ICP versus all other Web 2 based solutions. Okay, now, thought experiment. Let's put yourself, all right, put yourself in the shoes of somebody that's running any given ecosystem project that meets this general criteria. Okay, you could be the lead dev, you could just be a part of the core team. Doesn't really matter for the sake of this example, but just put yourself in these shoes. So you've already raised money from the community. And guys, a lot of these projects have raised a lot of money. Okay. And you are still not ready to go with your project. Maybe you need another 6 to 12 months, right? And maybe you need some more funding from somebody, not really sure who you're going to get it from, but you need more time and you need more funding before you're ready to go officially with your solution. And that's your situation sitting right here today, May 2025. Okay. And then Dfinity, the largest R&D team in the blockchain space on Earth and the most qualified credentialed team by a very wide margin, the only team that solved for all the problems of Web 2 and that created the only Web 3 solution, that team decides to roll out an AI application builder that can build custom web applications on command. And you're some you're a part of some team or some project that raised a lot of money from the community and are still not ready to go with your project, and you need more time and you need more funding, and they're about to roll this out. How would you feel? You remember when Dom floated the idea of launching a token for Caffeine AI? And really, all they would be doing is giving the community an opportunity to have some degree of ownership in the first self-writing application on the new web. You remember all the trash takes and all the emotional, oh, if they launch a token, I'm going to sell everything and this and that and the third. Can you just think through some possible explanations why you might have seen a lot of takes like that? Because let's just say they launched this as an official project at some point in time, not in a few days, but maybe months from now. They put this through the SNS or whatever it is, and they give the community an opportunity to invest. Is it fair to assume that capital might leave other projects and come to this? Is it fair to assume that people's attention and focus might leave other projects and now they're spending more time focused on Caffeine AI, the new functionality with AI, what they can actually build themselves? Is that reasonable? Can you see how certain teams and certain devs in this ecosystem might not be thrilled about everything that's coming? Guys, you have to start looking at the position people are in, the incentives they have, any given bias they may have. You are in an environment where there's nothing but conflicts of interests in every 360 degrees everywhere on every level, because it's like this in this ecosystem, but it's like this in every single ecosystem, and it's like this across the entire space. Now, with cloud, and I don't speak for everybody on Team Cloud, but just from my own point of view, we're just trying to align with all of this, right? So we're going to be trying to help with education. We're trying to help with promotion, to help explain the differentiators between this and everything else. The thought that, like, it's so foreign to me and everybody else on Team Cloud that we would adopt the mindset of, let's start attacking Dfinity because they're rolling out some new thing that might take attention away from us. As opposed to doing that, we would just get in alignment with the big thing that's happening. But a lot of other people don't think like that. And they view everything that's not their little thing as some competition to their little thing. But they're not going to tell you that. They're going to craft some bullshit narrative that's wrapped in a bunch of nonsense to explain why Definity's bad or Definity's doing a bad job or Definity's not doing enough marketing or this and that or the third. We've had a cancerous group of people in this ecosystem for a long time. Okay. And that's why y'all are being replaced. Okay. Because y'all have been the middle layer in between Definity and the community for a long time. And you've spewed a lot of bullshit and created a lot of confusion and muddied the waters for a long time. And so now you're being replaced. The Cloud Foundation is replacing you. Welcome to the new ecosystem. It's so insane that like people like myself and Eric were the ones laying out the big picture thesis here. And a lot of the stuff that I've been doing, guys, over the last 3 years is cleaning up all the bullshit that's been spewed from ecosystem devs. That's just the cold hard truth. Yeah, so we're replacing you. You failed to be an adequate medium in between Definity and the public. And so goodbye, essentially. Not all of them. There's a lot of ecosystem devs that are great people that I love being around and that I want in my network and that I'm happy to promote for free because I think they're doing great work. But too many meet the other description. And again, a lot of these people aren't really serious devs, but they get funding. They get the first, and guys, think for those of you who have been here for a while, you know what I'm saying is true because you've seen it happen. They get funding, but then they run out of funding at some point in the future, and then they need more funding, right? And so at some point, they don't get any more funding, and then they just start going after Definity. Think about it, guys. If you raise $1 million from the community, over 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, and you don't deliver in a timely manner, and all of a sudden they're about to roll this out and they're about to drop this right on the community and on the rest of the crypto space, and your solution's not even ready to go yet, you're going to be feeling a bit uneasy. And that's where a lot of people are right now. But they're not going to tell you that. They're going to craft some bullshit narrative to make the unsuspected retail normie think that Definity is about to drive this off of a cliff. And they're just taking this in the wrong direction in every way imaginable. That's what the middle layer, that's what they've been selling to the community. Guys, how many of y'all in the community? I can start naming names of devs in this ecosystem that have given so many trash takes about Chain Key, right? Now, for me, I've been calling Chain Key the biggest innovation in this space since early 2022, over 3 years ago. But I've seen so much criticism about Chain Key and about how much time Definity was spending with the Bitcoin integration, with the network level Bitcoin integration, and then with the network level Ethereum integration. They're spending too much time on this. This doesn't really matter. It's not going to work. Nobody's going to use it. It's not really that big of a deal. It's still a bridge. Chain Key doesn't, all this other nonsense. That's what many of them have been pushing for the last 3 years. But now, look at what's happening. ICP is becoming the scaling solution for Bitcoin. Why? Because they know what they're fucking doing. That's why. They know what they're fucking doing. And that's why they started out building the foundation, building the network level integrations with the two biggest fucking networks on earth, Ethereum and Bitcoin. And now that they've done that, now that they've laid the groundwork, ICP is going to run away with all scaling solutions for Bitcoin and Ethereum over the next few years. It's already happening with Bitcoin. It's already fucking happening right in front of your face. And so that is further validation and further signal that they know exactly what they're doing and they're positioned fucking perfectly. The degree to which people in this ecosystem are led astray by anonymous developers is fucking nuts. If you're tuning in, guys, developers are a dime a dozen in this environment. One developer saying one thing, you go find someone else saying the exact opposite thing. And half of these people are barely devs. But the team of Definity knows what they're doing. And they solved for problems. I just have kind of seen certain problems that they've solved for over the last, but they solved for them 6 years ago. I just caught it over the last 12 months. They solved for so many different problems in one solution. It's insane. But all the other noisy bullshit that you hear within the ecosystem, it's coming from this middle layer that was supposed to be the, I would say, kind of the layer that communicated what was going on, I guess the middle layer in between Divinity and the community. And they failed. And so now we're replacing it. Yeah. Because if you think about it, as ICP starts to gain more traction, the same way that how it's been kind of difficult to get cloud out of this co-opted environment in the ecosystem where there's been some friction, there's been some resistance, but now cloud's just breaking through all of that. The same exact thing is going to happen with ICP breaking out in the crypto space. There's going to be a lot of resistance. Yes, there will be smart innovators and entrepreneurs that can see and they actually get ahead of this, like the projects that are starting to use ICP right now. Liquidity, these other projects that are starting to use ICP right now and openly talk about it because they see where this is going. They understand the end-to-end on-chain model is the final destination here, and they're getting out in front of it. But not everybody's going to be like that. There's going to be a lot of resistance. There's going to be a lot of pushback. And it's going to be a process getting the ICP message into the mainstream to where it sticks. An accurate ICP message into the mainstream. And so that's really going to be our objective. And to knock down all the bullshit, fake technical rebuttals coming from the public and or just other people in the crypto ecosystem that just want to muddy the water. There's a lot of people that want to muddy the waters, guys. That's a very real thing. There's a lot of incentives to muddy the waters. Yo, teams in this ecosystem had 3+ years, man. 3+ years. You want to know what? Cloud is the greatest example of what happens when people just sit on their ass and do nothing. Look at how quickly Cloud has become one of the top brands in the entire ecosystem. It took months. You want to know why? Because everybody was asleep at the fucking wheel. And we said, fuck it, we're just going to run with it. If everybody else just expects things to come to them and they're just going to sit on their ass and expect people to buy their token, we're actually going to run with this. We're going to blow right fucking past them. And that's exactly what we're doing and what we're going to continue doing. The lazy bullshit in this ecosystem, people are fucking over it, man. There is a new day, a new culture, a new era coming to this ecosystem that has nothing to do with all of this beta energy that has just consumed this entire space over the last couple of years. Yeah. Our approach is align with the big thing that's happening. Not try to find creative ways to cast doubt on Caffeine AI or cast doubt on Definity so we can better position ourselves as the credible people and try to get more support from the community because we need more funding and we need more time and all this. People have had plenty of time. No more excuses. Like I'm over the excuse crap. Okay. I've gotten $0 in 3+ years. Cloud is entirely community ran, community funded, everything. And now we've moved to a multi-sig where myself, Eric, and the cloud project now have control over the canister as opposed to just the cloud project having control over the canister. And myself and Eric are longtime public figures in the ecosystem. But I can go over that more later. I just wanted to go over this part because you got to start. I need to reframe this so people like you have to start taking into consideration people's bias where they sit, any incentive they have to say the things that they're saying, there's a lot of people that don't want to see things move forward with AI on ICP, guys, because they're not real entrepreneurs. They're not really trying to incorporate AI into everything that they're doing. They're just trying to hold on to their whatever little sense of importance they think they have. A new day is coming. It's already here. It's already here. And yeah, so cloud is essentially going to be like a breakaway community in the ICP ecosystem. And we're moving away from all the dumb shit, all the grifty stuff, all the stuff that doesn't add value, all the stuff that's not in alignment with where all this is going. Yeah. Because those people are just going to get left behind. This is not an environment where people who are regularly making excuses are going to make it to the top. It's too hard, too cutthroat, too chaotic. It's going to move too fast. Even people that have the right mindset, that are like full force, even that doesn't even guarantee success in this environment. But this is the craziest, most chaotic, most fast-paced environment imaginable. And AI is just gonna, it's just like throwing gasoline on top of it and just dropping the match. But I would start really, people have been financially incentivized to distort reality and to sell a narrative to the community to just increase pressure on Definity for their own funding. What they're trying to do, guys, is to get you, the community, to jump on board with them to because that will create more pressure for Definity, and hopefully, in their mind, that will give them more funding. They try to sell it to you as you, the community, need me. I'm an ecosystem dev. You need me because devs are important, and so I need money, and so you need to support me and attack Definity because I need more money. A tale as old as time, or as old as the inception of this network. Seen it over and over and over again. That's it. I'm done for this video. But yeah, I just had to get that out. Yeah, that's it. I'm done. Not financial advice. Thank you everyone for tuning in today. And that's all I have. And yeah, another video tomorrow, the next day. Now that my shit's working again, I'm just going to start cranking out videos. But it might be every other day, or there's not going to be really a set schedule. Okay, that's it. Deuces.